Hello everyone, the South Witch here coming to you with the video. Today is Saturday, March the 7th. Hopefully it's not anybody's birthday or anything today. I'm sure it is somebody's birthday somewhere, but nobody in my family. Just about every other day in March there's somebody in my family born on this in March, birthdays in March. My sister passed away last year. Her birthday is Monday the 9th, and my sister-in-law Cindy, who's married to my brother Mark, her and Vicky had the same birthday, so I have to go by the cemetery and see my sister Monday and possibly take my sister-in-law Cindy a card. I don't know if anybody's birthday's tomorrow in the family on the 8th as well, so that's a good thing. I get one day break there. Today's video, I made a video yesterday and I said, hey, I'm on a roll here. I've been making a video every day, so I want to get this one in. I was showing outside because it's been raining. We had some storms, high wind. It's kind of over now. It's still raining. So I decided not to work tonight. Yep, do Uber every night, just about it. Well, in fact, every night last week. I took off last Saturday night and worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tonight I decided to just chill at the house and get back on some projects and things I got going on here. I don't know if I've said in other videos or not. I spend a few days outside, then I have to spend a few days inside. Outside, of course, in spring, summer, and fall when it's warm and pretty. Still trying to get the tree cleaned up, and the trees from the ice storm. I've done a lot of videos on burning from the ice storm. Today's video, I'm going to show a little of my candle making here. I've made some videos about my candles and showed the candles I make and the candles I sell, and I actually give away more than I sell. I've mentioned that. I make them for every holiday. I make them for birthdays for people, Valentine's Day. I decorate for every holiday. I've said that. I decorate my altars for every time the wheel turns, every Sabbath, every Sabbath, every holiday. I've also mentioned in videos, witchcraft is not a religion, it's a way of life. Witches are always busy plotting, planning, scheming, working on their spells, working on their rituals, working on the next moon, the next holiday. This old South Witch is no exception to that. I'm always busy plotting, planning, doing something. So that's kind of what this video is about. The yellow candles here, I need 9 of them, tea light candles for a spell I'm getting ready to do on the waxing moon. No, on the waning moon. It's waxing right now. And I could not find yellow candles at my usual shopping spots, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Walmart, even Hobby Lobby. If they had them in Hobby Lobby, I did not see them, which I go straight to the stick candles in Hobby Lobby. Sometimes I buy my candle making kits there. But however, I didn't see the yellow tea light candles, and yes, this spell, it has to be tea light candles. You see, here's some black and white ones. I use tea cup candles a lot in spells, rituals, and also just sitting around burning candles. I mentioned that in a previous video. My candle sculpture in there. I burn my candle every day for the day of the week. So a lot of times if I'm not going to burn my candle long, then I'll just, instead of doing a bigger one, I'll do, the teacup candles. Also, that's how I made these yellow ones. I didn't buy a candle color or a kit. I didn't want to have to go online and order these candles because I'd have to wait for them to come in the mail. So I did go to Hobby Lobby and bought a regular yellow stick candle. And I melted it down, the other one, and pre-used my little cups from white candles and made my own candles for this spell. You can do that. It just depends on you and the time. It just worked better for me to do it this way. You see, I'm started on a yellow candle there. I had a little bit of wax left, so I poured it in there. I do that from time to time. If I've got a little bit of wax left from another candle, I'll pour it in here and just start another one, and then sometimes it might take a while, but yeah, eventually this will be full, and it may be different colors, like a lollipop, or not a lollipop, like Lifesavers, if you will. It makes me always think of a roll of Lifesavers back in the day, all the different colors. So yes, when these are full, they might not be the yellow or the black. Yes, I'm smoking here. I know it's bad, but having a smoke break while I'm doing my video, so it ain't really a break, but yep, those South Witch got that bad habit. So let's get back to the video here. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. I've done my decorating for St. Patrick's Day, and I'm making green candles and decorating them for St. Patrick's Day. Here's one I've made. And this is what I say about the holidays and plotting for the holidays. I make these cool little candles for the holidays, and then I can decorate with them or decorate my altar with them. And then afterwards, I can choose to use it for personal use or give it as a gift. That happens a lot of times. The tongs here, they're old like fryer tongs, if you will, but they work well for picking up your little cups when they're hot, because I put them on this little pan. It's cool as shit. It's an older pan. But I set my little tea light cups on them, on the eye, and melt what wax is left in them, because you know they don't always melt all the wax when the wick is gone. There's still wax in there. So if you put them on this and let them melt, and then you pick them up with the tongs and pour them in something else, and that cleans them out. Because again, they were white. I didn't want white off of my yellow. My little shamrocks here, sometimes I stick them in the candles like this, and then, you know, pour more wax and it holds it in there. It is dangerous about them catching on fire. However, stuff like this, if you get it too close to your wick. So if I do that, I always caution everybody, hey, once it melts down enough to pull that up out of the wax, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, it'll catch on fire. Trust me, it's happened to me. Unless you're going to sit right there and watch it and be able to grab it and put it out. You know, it's subject to catching your house on fire. That would not be good. So just a little caution there. Yeah, I spilled wax everywhere, made a big mess. This is my little setup. I do use the oven time to time to melt wax. I just did this when my mom was still here, because some of my scents gave her a breathing problem, and so I would have to go in the laundry room and shut the doors when I made candles when she was still here. It didn't ever really bother my sister. But I just got in this habit. I do take this outside a lot of times and put it on a card table outside and sit out there and make candles. I enjoy that because I get to be outside while I'm making my candles. But I'm always making candles. Again, I don't always sell them. I give away a lot more than I sell. But it's still good. You know, I enjoy doing it. It's a little hobby. It's a hobby of mine. And when you're into the craft, it's a good idea to make your own candles, because you go through so many and it is cheaper. And if I use a candle for a spell and it doesn't have to burn completely out, and I put the candle out once, instead of disposing of the candle, I'll just melt it down and make a new candle with it. That works. You can do that. Yeah, my little cool shamrock candle holder and my shamrocks. Yeah. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a minute.